So this is sort of this game's equivalent to what Nowhere was in Silent Hill 1 of the I had to shower dude who's going to be in the plastic baggie and coming with me. Just put your phone in the plastic baggie and just hearing about going down holes. Yeah. There's no going back. You're going to the deepest part. And this is interesting. You don't have a map of this place. But as we move forward, as we will move forward, going through. Oh, right in the dick. There we go. James will start drawing his own map. Interesting. Almost like we're mapping something that holds a very specific purpose for our main man here. Let's go see if we can find something interesting. We're going down again. Once again. Hey, buddy. It's Pyramid Head. It's the man of the hour. And it's also the Mandarin. They are now beneath. Well, later. I love this shot. They never repeat this camera angle. Just this image of this rotating cyclic fan. Once again, the cyclic imagery of Silent Hill 1 becoming much more prominent as the game reaches its conclusion. Ever rotating fan. And just look down on him. It cuts him out constantly. This ever-present red glow. God, the camera work in this game. And Pyramid Head does big damage, so we gotta heal. Speaking of big damage, though, we got these guys hanging out. The Great Knife. Massive weapon wielded by Pyramid Head. Hard to use, but lethal. You have the Great Knife. You've picked up the burden Pyramid Head no longer wants. And there we go. That is completely missable. That's completely optional. That's quite easily missable, if I'm being honest. Oh, wrong way. I really like the Labyrinth section. Like, it's so basic. It's like this 1970s hardwood aesthetic. But if you've ever read the book House of Leaves, this is kind of how I imagine the Labyrinth from the Navidson house is described as. It's just like this ever-changing hallway of bare hardwood. It's kind of how I imagine it. Soon you will wear the head. Aw, if this game gets remade, you know for a fact they're gonna have like goofy skins where you get to wear Pyramid Head's helmet. You know that's what a remake of Silent Hill 2 would have. Oh no. Oh, this game would suck. Oh, you could... I do, like, we'll get into... Actually, before we stop today, we'll probably get into the #1 scene that, to me, is like, yeah, you could never remake this. I'm shocked they even made this in 2001. I am astonished this game got away with what it did. And we'll get to it. It's a very big scene. House of Leaves is so good. Abso-fucking-lutely it was. I really like that book. So what we have here is a steel box. We are now in Cube, ladies and gentlemen. Now the puzzle is you have to get over here. So what we gotta do is we gotta go over here. We gotta flip this around to change what the order of the doors looks like. Let's reload. And as you can see, we have done it. I'm going to save state right here because we're going to get yet another pre-rendered cutscene. A cube 2 hypercube? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, so I'm just going to save state right there just in case because this is yet another pre-rendered scene, and this is the best cutscene in the game, bar none. When I think of Silent Hill 2, I tend to think of this scene. Not to hype it up too much for anyone who hasn't seen it, but I really love this scene. Well, let's not waste any more time.
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before! Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real. Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Stay right there. I'll be there soon.
Oh boy, I love this sequence. Like, everything about it is executed to fucking perfection. Like, one, it's a scene where the voice acting is good. And, well, I think the person who plays Maria and / Mary here, Monica Taylor-Morgan, like, she always does a good job in every scene. This is one of her better scenes, especially. The way she goes back and forth between being Mary, whiplash to Maria. Excellent. Excellent shit. Like, the shot framing is fantastic, where it's like, you have these bars in the center. Once again, the imprisonment symbolism coming back. But during the cutscene, you can't see the door on her end, and you can't see the stairs on James's. So it's like, who's the one imprisoned? Who's the one behind bars? Like, it's neither. It's both of them, kind of. It's just like they're both kind of trapped together, but on the opposite side. So fucking good. What a horn dog? Exactly. But then he's like, one, I'll shit talk Guy C's vocal performance a little bit, but that line drop, like, one, his exasperation at the whole situation is excellent. But then it's just like that very subtle, like, I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, oh he fucking wants to, but he can't admit it to himself. He can't admit that he does desire that. She's just gonna wait there forever, too. Excellent shit. Excellent shit. So, let's get through a few discrepancies. I think it's time we talk about some of the things about Maria that ain't adding up. Well, one, she seems to have memories of Mary. That's weird. She's also the one who first directed you to the hotel, which the game is really pushing as James's final destination. She's the one who first did it. I like how the jail cell could easily represent Mary being trapped within their own broken body. Yes. Yes, it absolutely could. It absolutely fucking could. Also, this bed. We're going to see that bed again later. And there's another shot involving that bed that's going to be mirrored, I think, twice more throughout the game. But she's having memories that she should not have. And now is directing James specifically to a videotape in the hotel. That, I wonder if it's there. And she's able to whiplash back and forth. But there's a really telling statement that she has when he says, "Aren't you Maria?" First thing I realize is I am. If you want me to be. I can be whatever the hell you want me to be, James. Oh, let's go down the list here. So, another thing worth noting. So she keeps saying James's name a whole lot. She's been saying it a lot recently. Here's a question for her, chat. When did James tell Maria his name? At what point? Unless I'm missing something, he never does. She just knows. And he never comments on this. She seemingly dies, comes back, the butterfly tattoo on the stomach, knowledge she shouldn't have, acting as a guide. She can guide James, she can hurt him. If you haven't picked up at this point that Maria is not a person, yeah, he didn't, exactly. If you haven't picked up at this point, Maria is not a person. You haven't paid attention. So, here's the thing that's worth noting. Don't you think Asano could be forcing her to play the role of Mary? I think she is... We'll get more to my specific thoughts on Mary and Maria at the end, but I think it's plain as day obvious she is yet another monster of the town. She is just like all the rest, and more specifically, she's just like Pyramid Head. Like Pyramid Head, she can help and hurt James. She acts as a guide, a tormentor, everything in between. She is creative for James. She's like Pyramid Head. And what's really interesting is there's a scene where, don't forget the bowling alley, she specifically rejects going in, and Laura somehow evades her, despite the fact that she looks exactly like Mary, who Laura is looking for herself. It's because they can't see her. And James can't be seen having her there with other characters not interacting or acknowledging her presence, because that would break the illusion. Only James can see Maria. She's yet another monster of the town. But what's really interesting about that visual comparison between her and Pyramid Head, which I'll get to in the end, I'll get to sort of the parallels with those characters at the end, is this is a recreation of the first shot you see Pyramid Head in. The first time you ever see Pyramid Head, it is in the same setup. Just FYI, some guy gave you 30 lemons. What? What? One minute, I'll go to chat. I'll go to D-Live. Oh, shit, man. Warrior UK? Warwick UK? Oh, shit, man. If you're watching, I'm sorry. Oh, now I feel bad. Now I super feel bad. It was like a while ago, too. And this is why I hate Restream. Restream really just does not show lemons, and that's really annoying. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Ah, sorry, Warwick. Oh, boy. So, but, do you know the yellow and the red god, if I may ask? That's Silent Hill 3. I think the only... Okay, so I know what the red god is. I think the red god is pretty self-explanatory. Like, there's a lot of stuff. If you've seen the Ragnarok's videos on both of them, honestly, like, I think Ragnarok's, for all the problems I have with him in general... A lot of his videos about Silent Hill, excluding his Silent Hill 4 defense, which is the most half-assed thing I've seen in my life, but a lot of his Silent Hill content is genuinely really good stuff. So I'd highly recommend seeing his videos on the Red and Yellow God. The Yellow God is the one I still, like, I don't agree with his take on it, and I'm gonna have to reflect on it. Like, if and when we do Silent Hill 3, because unfortunately, if I'm being honest, Silent Hill 3 is kind of an if at this point, if I'm gonna do the same treatment we're doing for 2. If I ever do it, though. Wait, the King in Yellow? Not quite, but maybe. Like, that's the least satisfying answer, though. I was like, no, but maybe. But, you know, if we ever do Silent Hill 3, I'll have to sit and think about what the Yellow and the Red God could be. So, not quite sure is the answer, but have some ideas. But, as I was saying, like, this is a shot recreation of the introduction to Pyramid Head, where Pyramid Head is on the opposite side of the cage, with James's back to the camera, on the opposite side of his side of the cage, both staring at each other. You can't see either's entrance. I swear Fred made an allusion to being house. No, he did not. He did not. But I'm wondering if, considering how much this series references old horror literature, I'm wondering if it's a reference. I don't know. It could be. Who knows? But oh boy, yeah. This is a visual illusion. Yeah, this is a visual illusion to Pyramid Head, connecting Maria and Pyramid Head together. Just interesting food for thought. I don't know. Got the wire cutter. And thoughts on The Evil Within. I did see that. It's just, unfortunately, it was a cutscene. Couldn't really say much. But thoughts on The Evil Within are, I didn't like it when it came out, and I didn't play the sequel. I think Evil Within 1 is a game I do have to revisit. Because the thing about Evil Within is that I went in expecting something that I didn't get. And in my defense, the reason I expected it is because the game, the marketing promised it to me. I was promised by the marketing traditional survival horror. I didn't get that. What I got with Evil Within 1 is janky Resident Evil 4. That's not at all what I wanted. That's not what I was promised. And I went in very disappointed that's what it was. But I am willing to admit that if I go back to it, and with the knowledge of what Evil Within 1 actually is, I might have a more positive opinion on it. I fully admit I am. So it's one of those games I'm going to have to revisit one day. That requires buying it again. Oh, shit. That's going to require buying it again just because, like, I got rid of my copy of Evil Within 1. I think I gave it to a friend. Hey man, sup? Good game. That's awesome. Hey man, thanks for stopping in. We're having fun. I like how she has a really nice chair, but the outside where James has just stools. Exactly. Almost like the Cell's place where she's most comfortable. I agree with that. I have it on PS3. I had it on 360. I was very much looking forward to that game. I thought it was going to be like a traditional, legit horror game, but it's, you know, it's janky it's just janky Resident Evil 4. Evil Within should be like dirt cheap on console. Exactly. Like, I'm looking at it again, like on Steam sale, it should probably be like $10. So, I could probably get the PC port for like under $10 at this point, and just install whatever mod will fix the letterboxing issues, and we're good to go. So, did I run in a big circle? I did not. I'm gonna stick around and call a friend to watch it. Hey man, thanks for watching. If you dig it, just, you know, just like chill. It's all good. Evil Within 2 was better when they went off the rails and have fun with it. See, that's weird, because like I've heard everyone say Evil Within 2 is way better, but I look at Evil Within 2 and I see every open world game ever made. So I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to play both of them. I gotta give both of them more of a chance, because I've kind of written Evil Within off as trash. But I will fully admit I went into the first game with the worst possible expectations, because it's exactly what the game is not. Granted, that is the fault of the marketing, but I should have known there was some marketing fuckery going on with it. And then, of course, you can get into the design stories about how Evil Within was never supposed to be a horror game, and Bethesda was the one that forced Mikami to turn it into a horror game. And that's why it's this weird halfway point. Ow. But, you know, that's just a bunch of development gobbledygook that most people don't care about. It's also not really relevant. It's like, at the end of the day, maybe it's a good game that I just didn't give a chance. Maybe it sucks ass. Even though 2 is just another open world game, but at least it was the vision I wanted to instead of just a horror game. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try both of them. I'm gonna have to give them both a fair shake. I don't think it's there. Whoa! Hey, One Doom Game Critic. Your channel is currently being featured on the DLive homepage. We made it, boys! We made it to the big time! We did it! We're making this happen! Oh, hey, Pyramid Head. So I do appreciate that Pyramid Head is just an element walking around. I've always really liked that. It's like, in the Labyrinth, in the deepest part of James's mind, Pyramid Head stalks. I really like that. Hey, you're playing on what console? PC or PlayStation? I'm playing on PC. Unfortunately, the original plan was to play on PlayStation 2 with console capture. Unfortunately, I had some issues at the very last minute with the audio setup. Yeah, we're all gonna make it, lads. Our man finally made it. He's a streamer cuck now. I did it, everybody. I did it. But I'm emulating the PS2 version. The original plan was original hardware PS2. Unfortunately, my console capture setup wasn't up to the task, and it was only not up to the task at literally the last minute. On the flip side of that, I tried the PC port, and the PC port is, well, one, if you get the Enhanced Edition mod set going, it's great. The problem is, one, it's a very demanding game to get every single one of those mod packs going. But the absolute worst element, in my opinion, the worst part about it is when OBS happens, it freaks the fuck out. Like, it hates OBS recording, and especially OBS streaming. It hates it. And it causes the whole thing to just freak out. So, unfortunately, this is like plan C, and we're just emulating it. It's mostly fine. We've had very little issues so far. But, yeah, nice man, good going. Exactly, we're at the front page, everybody. We did it. We have 2 viewers, but we're at the front page. That's all that matters. We're fighting against cryptocurrency, mostly, but it's fine. We're making it. Alright, so no more of that silly stuff. Let's move forward. There's a newspaper on the ground. My friend told me there's a difference between the North American and Japanese versions of Silent Hill 2. The only difference I can find any bit of information about is there's some minor censorship in the American version. There's minor censorship towards the very end. However, there's not, unless I'm mistaken, I think they're very closely identical. I don't think there's anything like really major, like sort of like with the, you know, Bloodborne or the Dark Souls games, where there's some major translation hurdles that really recontextualize a ton of shit. I don't think Silent Hill 2 has that, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, though. It's stained with something that looks like blood and is partially illegible. Excuse me. The body of a man later identified as Thomas Orosco, lumberjack, age 39, was dismembered in the line face down. The probable cause of death was multiple stab wounds to the front of the neck and the left side of the torso by a sharp-edged weapon. The estimated time of death was somewhere between 11 p.m. and 12:30 midnight. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. So 4 hours straight. Cut me some slack, boys. Due to signs of struggle in the room and the lack of a murder weapon, police are considering this a homicide and have opened a murder investigation. Furthermore, given the fact that the cash in the room was untouched and Mr. Orosco had a history of drunkenness and violence, the police suspect that the motive was not robbery, but a crime of passion. Wait a minute. Stabbed to death? The blade is stained as something red. Wait a minute. So I don't do this very often, but if you're sensitive to really grim shit, might wanna call it, because this next chunk of the game it doesn't explicitly say it, but holy shit, it is really obvious what they're doing, and it's as bad as you think. You have been warned. It's getting grim. Abstract, yeah, it's... Oh, we're getting to the real shit now, ladies and gents. Newspapers are scattered all over the walls and floor. There seems to be nothing of interest. But this one has today's date. That's strange. Yeah, trigger warning. Unironically, yes. This game could... One of the reasons you cannot make Silent Hill 2 again, there would be a trigger warning. And this scene would lose its power because you'd be waiting for it to happen. You'd know it's coming. So... yeah, this is where shit's gonna get a little dire, so just saying it for all the folks watching on the stream, this might be the time you might want to turn away for like 5-10 minutes.
Daddy! No!
So this is the Abstract Daddy. It is a bed frame monster with 2 legs and what appears to be someone on someone else's back with a gigantic penis head, and its attack is mounting you. It is as bad. Best time to be featured on the homepage. Oh boy howdy. It's as bad as you think it is. It is exactly what you think is happening, what this means.
Are you okay? Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
I love how he only pushes back as the door is closed and Angela's out of the room. I really appreciate. I like that. That's a very good detail. Yeah, men only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Yeah, don't forget the clear sex imagery in the walls. So we look at the one. Listen to walking on the floor. What that sounds like. It's this wet, fleshy noise. We have flesh walls, flesh everything, and we have things, holes with things, these cylinders going in and out constantly, forever, surrounding you, and they appear to be these metallic piston-like things, like violent. Yeah, he pushed back the end, also reassure himself, Ari, like, is 100% it's for himself at that point. He could not give less of a shit what Angela thinks. It's just for his own peace of mind. He's not looking for truth. He's looking for tranquility. It is these, like, metallic pistons, these foreign objects forcefully going in these cylinders. It is as bad it can possibly get in this scenario. They are not hiding it at all. They never say it, though. They never once say it. Can you fucking believe Konami published this game? Pistons, the town is an engine. I think it's more the idea is it is a strong metallic thing forcefully inserted. Forever. And you can make of that what you fucking will. This foreign object, unnatural. You can make of that what you will with all of the contextual clues. Daddy, no. Please stop. Oh boy, where the fuck do we start with this? Yeah, can you believe Konami published this game? Yeah, the Majima singing video. You know, like, I think that is a palate cleanser we could use right now. Unfortunately, I'd be running from our problems, so we gotta face them head on. This is fucked up, you're goddamn right it is. This, to me, this scene is why you could never remake Silent Hill 2. You could never do it. No studio would dare do something like this again. Like, can you name me AAA games released in this day and age that have subject matter like this, presented like this? Like, the closest I can think of, like, this is the, like, okay, like, let's say Last of Us 2, like, just example of a popular, quote-unquote, boundary-pushing AAA game, right? When that game has, quote, subject matter, anything remotely resembling this, which it doesn't come close, but when it has anything remotely resembling this, what it does is hammer down excessive, I would say excessive morality on you. Like, let's look at Abby's camp, where it's like, commits this horrible, cartoonishly evil murder, but then we flash back and we show them having literal orphan puppy hangouts. It's like, it is cartoonish in both directions, and that is the writer's idea of creating moral ambiguity, or a grim situation. And here, it doesn't even use the word rape. It never even says it. It's not subtle. You know exactly what the fuck is going on, but it doesn't pander and talk to Andy. If this game was made today, there would be a scene of James Sunderland getting on a soapbox and doing a big rant about how you were taken advantage of and it's not your fault. And it's like, okay, like, there's no room for letting the scene speak for itself in modern game storytelling. Everything has to be spoon-fed to the player. Nothing, you can't have shit like this where it just lets it leave, where the main character fucks up. James completely fails at resolving the situation, and if anything, he makes it worse. You can't have that. I don't know, like, this is one of the reasons why it's like, you can never make a game like Silent Hill 2 again. The fact that this had this subject matter 2001 is fucking astonishing enough as is. But let's talk about Abstract Daddy. Like, we already kind of got the big stuff. It's pretty fucking clear what happened with Angela. We have someone named Thomas Orosco stabbed to death. History of drunkenness and violence. Angela is in this room saying, "No, Daddy, please." One thing I find interesting is that the monster doesn't hurt her. It's not like actually attacking her. It's just sitting there, just close to her, and that's enough to just cause her to go completely in the corner, cowering in just mortal terror of what this thing is. I really like that. Well, I don't like it. It's horrible, but I appreciate how effective the scene is. Also, another thing worth noting, Angela stops talking like a child here. Her word choice is much more of her age, of like 20s. Like, it's much more appropriate to her now. And she's making pretty bold accusations against James. Any truth behind them? I don't know. But, you know, I think the scene kind of speaks enough for itself. It's as bad as you think it is, and it ain't getting any less grim from here. I wonder if Angela saw the monster as a real dad, or like James sees Maria. I don't know. That's an interesting idea. I don't know. Face covered with a piece of paper, some written on it. Hung for the crime of swindling. Justice and revenge have been served. And if Angela see Maria as a monster, that's kind of interesting. It's like, would they see them as monsters? Would they see them at all? I don't know. This man was hung for the crime of counterfeiting. Crime of kidnapping. Crime of murder. Thievery. Arson. There we go. Well, let's go to the other side here. Now, what do we see? Fucking nothing. That's such an effective walk-in. Let's look at this. Only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull a criminal's rope and your reward will be returned to you in a shape most wondrously strange. Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray? Watch them as they twist and sway. The first one killed the butcher man, then cooked him in a frying pan, served him to his hungry guests, and gave them seconds on request. The next one, with his smile and sweets, stole poor children off the streets. To men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery. Breaking into a home at night, the thief, he had a nasty fright, filled his foolish head with ale, woke in the morn in the county jail. The artist with his daunting skill tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in the rain he was undone when the ink he did use start to run. With promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up out of sight, quietly slipped off into night. 3 houses and ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger in his town, locked him up and beat him down. Dead men swinging in a tree, how many dead men do you see? 6 feet long and 6 men wide, round their necks the noose be tied. I think you have to lose your innocence to see the monster. James lost his selfishness and James losses to selfishness growing up, where Angela's is taken from her. Laura, being a child, is innocent and wouldn't see them. That seems to be one of the interesting things, where, okay, so we have confirmed that James, Eddie, and Angela have seen something. They see things. Laura, it's not clear, but it's hinting towards no. And of course, the only other character, Maria, is a monster. She is a product of the town. Very interesting. There's a rope hanging from the ceiling. Will you pull it? This is an extremely evocative image. Well, nothing left to do. Let's go. You got the key of the persecuted. The paper that was covering the corpse's face is lying here. Well, there we go. Only the truth can set you free. Is there a full map of the town? I think there's not a full map, but I think for up until... I think some of the Western games get a little finicky with it, but Silent Hill 1 to 3, and to a lesser degree 4, they're all pretty consistent with what the layout of Silent Hill looks like. It's kind of like you have the northern half of the town at the top of the lake, which is Silent Hill 1, and then you have Silent Hill 2 and 3 taking place at the southern half. All this imagery and symbolism makes me want to play Fatal Frame. I should try to get back into those. It's been many a year since I touched a Fatal Frame. I'd like to play 5. I'd be really interested in trying that. That's coming to PC, so that's going to be very cool. And there we go. Is this the part? Oh, this is the part. Alright, so I'm gonna get on a different weapon, because I want to try some shenanigans, and probably not gonna work, but we'll get the steel pipe.
Maria? Maria? Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why?
Interesting, he says Mary. Second, he sees a corpse again. Maria's dead again. Interesting. There's a lot of theories about how Maria dies. I think they're all irrelevant. I think it's irrelevant. I think the fact that she is just dead again, this is a nightmare. It's not supposed to make sense. She's dead. That's it. Again. And where are we? Outside in a graveyard. Notice how the graveyard is just inside. Like, you can see the roof, and it's just like these bar lightings, things like that. Yeah, props to James for not losing his mind. Exactly. This has been a day. Got some shotgun shells. Name on the tombstone is too scratched up to read. Name inscribed on the tombstone. Miriam K. Traitor. So if you want some Silent Hill fan wank rabbit hole of people arguing about things, what is the meaning of Miriam K. Traitor? People have been arguing about this for literally 20 years now. I have no clue, and I do not want to put my name in the conversation, considering I have zero evidence for anything I can say. I have no idea. It's just very interesting how that is explicitly there. Name inscribed on the tombstone. Walter Sullivan. This is our last mention of Walter. The man in denial over his crimes. And who are we gonna see paired with him as well? Well, got shotgun shells. What we see here is 3 graves lying next to each other. If Maria dies one more time, she gets free ice cream cone. That's a hell of a deal, man. There's a deep hole here, but there's nothing inside. I'm pretty sure Team 4-Star made that exact joke. Wait, did they? Team 4-Star covered this game? No shit. So we have 3 graves right next to each other. 2 of them have bottoms. 1 of them doesn't. Hole number 7, boys. We're not done yet. We have to go even deeper. Let's read the names. It's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Eddie Dombrowski. This is the first time we get Eddie's last name. Interesting. What's over here? Zero evidence, no idea what it means. You should make a 40-minute long YouTube video about it. Of course, naturally. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Angela Orosco. And there it is. Thomas Orosco, the man murdered, multiple stab wounds, was Angela's father. And Angela killed him, came to the town to look for her mother. Possibly killed her brother. Yeah, right now you're 6 levels down, or 6 feet down. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. The only way forward is to jump into your open grave, because who is the last name? Who is the final man? James Sunderland. So one way forward, boys. Let's save the game. The joke was Goku dying. Okay, fair enough. Like, I was like, wait, did Team 4-Star fucking do this game? And I never heard about it? That'd be crazy. Alright. There's only one thing. Yeah, don't forget to say, this is just my theory, you know, adopt a British accent. It's just my theory, mate, yeah. Oh boy, so I think this is gonna be the final. Yeah, this track is like thumbs up. Oh, it is. This game has amazing music across the board. Because the thing is, like, it's fine to listen to on its own, but in the context of the scenes that the music is placed, it is all perfect. It accentuates every moment. I can't think of a weak link. I have something to say. This is just speculation. It's just speculation. All right. I love this transition. Go down. It's interesting there is a door. Very interesting. Go down further. Oh, it's so good. Never seen some sort of cloud. Something. It's a British video game documentary. This is a long ass hallway. Well, better start gonna move on then. Uh-oh. Blood red. Yeah, it's British. British tea and crumpets. I'm very sorry to the British audience. I'm just putting on my terrible accent. Because I think I'm a comedian. What can I say, right? Like, you know what you do if you're a hack comedian. You gotta put on terrible accents, and then people will laugh at you. So when I go British, people, like, they'll clap and they'll laugh, and they'll be like, ah! The mold and the rust coming in hard. Is it rust? Is it blood? I genuinely don't know. I don't have a map of this area. So what could this be? Well, this is one of the more interesting scenes in the game. And I'm going to be saying that with every single cutscene we get going forward, because I think the end game is really strong in this game, so.
Eddie, what are you doing? What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And the corpse can't laugh. From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll kill him. Just like that. Eddie, have you gone nuts? I knew it. You too. You're just like him, James.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James.
Alright, time to fight Eddie. Best part is you can totally stun lock him to death with the pipe. He can't stop you. He can't stop you. I'm too strong. He's in my rhythm. It's over. Gunflame. Eddie became big. Alright, so let's talk about Eddie a little bit. You know, fortunately, we're going to have to use the shotgun for this part. We cannot stun lock him in the next phase of the boss fight. So there's just corpses everywhere. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, Eddie's going off full rampage. Yeah, he's power tripping. He's gone nuts. He's going for it. Has a gun besides to run up to. Well, see, this is actually kind of where it gets a little interesting. Notice how he had you at point blank and he missed his shot. Like, he was like slowly aiming it, like, He could have just shot you again, but he ran in. Notice how, like, he's very slow at aiming the gun. He's, like, kind of hesitant. So this is kind of where I become a bit of the Eddie defense force. Because everyone kind of writes Eddie off here, saying, oh, this is just Eddie the whole time. He's a total psychopath. He's a total piece of shit. I don't actually agree with that. Because, one, it's ignoring the context of, alright, let's just look at Angela, for instance. Angela, we saw her at her lowest point. She is now cowering in the corner, just hiding, waiting for whatever to happen, doing nothing. Because she's gone through. What is that leaking gas? It is cold storage. We are getting a look at Eddie's otherworld, and the next room will make it more obvious what it is. But it's cold storage, like steam. He doesn't want the murder, he wants the respect in the moment. That's pretty much exactly it. Keep in mind, Eddie didn't kill anyone. What'd you do? Robbery, murder? Nah, nothing like that. Eddie didn't kill anybody. And keep in mind, even back when we first saw him with the gun, he sounded manic and erratic. He sounded like someone at the worst. He sounded like someone on the verge of a complete nervous breakdown. He didn't sound like someone proud of what he was doing. He sounded just terrified of himself, mostly. Like, yeah, moisture in there is freezing, frozen air. Yeah, there we go. That's it. It's meat locker. It's kind of like this frozen walk-in freezer aesthetic. And we'll get more of an obvious comparison to what that is in a minute. But we gotta talk about this cutscene first. But there's a visual motif that is repeated in both the first scene where Eddie stands up and this scene. It's killing a person ain't no big deal. You just put a gun to their head. Pow. He killed himself and ran up to you. Nah, I think it's more hesitation. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We're not done with Eddie yet. But when he says killing a person isn't a big deal, notice how he's pointing the gun at his own head. And right here, when he says, if anyone makes fun of me again, I'll kill him, just like that. When he says, I'll kill him, he puts the gun to his own head. Now, I don't know how aware of it he is, but he is, consciously or not, whenever he talks about how killing someone isn't a big deal, or how he's going to get the people making fun of him, he puts the gun to himself. Whether or not he's aware of it, seems like that's more of the area his general frustrations are aimed at. It's like, Eddie killed, fuck. How many breads have you eaten in your life? How many people has Eddie killed? How many people has Eddie killed? How many breads have you eaten in your life? How many pizzas have you eaten in your life? The answer is none, because Eddie hasn't killed anybody. But one thing I do also like is right at the very end there, when James says, you gone fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Eddie turns around, and the first thing out of his mouth isn't like, how could you say that, or how dare you say that, or something like that. The first thing Eddie says is, I knew it. You too. That was a great impression. Thanks. I can do voices sometimes. But yeah, the first thing out of his mouth is, I knew it. The entire time he was assuming James was just making fun of him. An anime reference from Wes? Nah, mate, it's fine. I've eaten a lot of slices. But, okay, so back on talk here, but the thing is, James never really said anything that derogatory to Eddie. He never really insulted him, laughing at him the whole time. No, he never really did that. Even here, he's just like, have you gone nuts? He doubts people. I don't think it's he doubts. I think he projects. I think Eddie thinks when Eddie's going on that big rant there, he's like, you're a fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. I don't think those are things people have necessarily said to Eddie. I think those are things Eddie says to himself. And I think Eddie is projecting most of that. Where's that loaves of bread thing come from? It's a JoJo thing. We're JoJo memeing. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is going to be okay. But I think and that's why when he's making comments like, if anyone makes fun of me again, I'll kill him. He's, whether consciously aware of it or not, he's pointing the gun in his own head, because he is his own worst enemy. I read it in a Playboy magazine. Based. Dab. And the thing is, this would also explain the pizza. If weight is one of his big bodily image concerns, then having food like that in front of him would trigger a negative response, which, if that's what the town is looking for, which it seems like it is, it's putting James, Angela, and Eddie through their own personal suffering and turmoil right now. He was pushed to the edge and he just broke. Eddie sees himself that way, and he's so insecure that he imagines others making fun of him. He's insecure. Exactly. Like, that's Eddie's big insecurity. And, well, he did something. I don't think he murdered. In fact, I will go on record to say, are any of the dead bodies recognizable? Yes. All of them are James. Each and every one of these bodies is a James model. Like, this is the best one that you get a look at, is that one right there. But it's a James model. All of them are James models. So, I have an idea. I use the gun on his way to waste proverbial dick around to reassure himself. He views murder as a power flex. Pretty much exactly. I don't think he is proud of killing anyone. I don't think he has. Because I think everything you've seen, every time you've kind of seen a dead body around Eddie, I think those are monsters. I think those are Eddie's monsters. Because the bed monster, the abstract daddy, that is Angela's monster. Isn't it interesting how James is the one who takes care of business? Angela and Eddie don't overcome the monsters. James does. Wait and see. As soon as we're done this boss fight, put a pin in that, we're going to immediately address that. Because that's interesting. Was it intended or they ran out of malls? 100% it's intended. In fact, there is one moment that is so intended. Like, there's one moment... the abstract daddies come back in the hotel. That's true, but tomorrow will show something interesting about the abstract daddies that a lot of people don't realize. But there's something very interesting about them. They're not James's monsters. They are not. They're Angela's. And there's something very interesting that I'm going to show off tomorrow. But I'm going on a lot about Eddie, but for minor spoilers, this is the end of his arc, basically. Eddie's completely just been consumed by his own self-delusions. He is completely just gone off the deep end. So this is kind of the end. There's no way out of this. But what I think his monsters are, as we did establish that James can see other people's monsters in specific situations, there's a little bit of crossover here going on here between their nightmares. I think we've been seeing Eddie's monsters the entire time. Whenever you've seen a dead body around Eddie, that's one of his monsters. Because, in my opinion, I think Eddie's monsters are just people. I think they're like very humanoid things, either directly making fun of him, or kind of the idea I like. And come here, this is all pure speculation. There's no evidence. There's like only the faintest glimmers of evidence for this. This is pure my speculation. I think Eddie's monsters are these humanoid people staring at him. Vacant expressions, doing nothing. Not saying anything, not doing anything, not attacking him, not hurting him, just watching him. And just that viewing, just having to be watched and observed at all times by these vacant things, humanoid things. Eddie's mind is going in fucking circles. What is it thinking? What does it want? What is it judging of me? And then he just has to keep repeating these same things to himself that he's been repeating in his day-to-day life beforehand. And then he starts killing them because he's already put everything together. He's already come to his own conclusion. He's already projected everything he's already thinking onto them. So these are his monsters. I think James is saying the others is silence way making him redeem himself and selfishness. We'll get to it. Silent builds him up before bringing him crashing down to the final scene in the truth reveal. He might actually be schizophrenic. I don't think it's schizophrenic. I think it's pure. I think it purely just is projection. Eddie has a bottom of the barrel view of himself and assumes everyone must view him that way. And maybe he's had people rib him a few times. Maybe he's had that. But you have to remember, back when he and Laura were talking, and Laura just kind of called him a gutless fatso, he kind of just rolled with it. He kind of just like jokingly went around like, hey, what'd you call me that for? Come on. What'd you say that for? Come on, man. He didn't express that it bothered him. He didn't set boundaries. So how many of the people who he claims are making fun of him were truly making fun of him or were just bantering? How much of that was bantering he just let get further and further without putting up any boundaries? All speculation, but we've seen that he will do that. Alright. Is there anything we gotta say more? Well, no. Well, there's other things we do have to comment on, but we have one more scene to watch.
it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look? After you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life? That's why I ran away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts out. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. He's gonna have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
His little fucking commando line on the end there. Come on, Bennett. Let's party. Yeah, kill Eddie. It's time. So here's where we get, in my opinion, a view of Eddie's other world. It is this cold, empty, clean meat locker, where what we have here are slabs of meat hanging from hooks in the ceiling, hunched over, guts sticking out, what appear to be shorts on the bottom, hanging. Because this is how Eddie views himself. He views himself as this rancid slab of meat hanging on display. And that's what the town uses to mock against him. In this cold meat locker, devoid of really anything. It's very clean. It's very pristine. It's cold, though. I think this is Eddie's other world. It's never made explicit, but I think it's kind of a glimpse of what his looks like. Well, anything else to go on? So we get the reveal. What did Eddie do? He killed a dog, and he went to the owner, presumably someone he knew, and he shot him in the leg. So we can presume this might have been someone that Eddie either went to college with, or high school, like maybe a bully. And Eddie decided, yeah, you know, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna get my fucking revenge. But he didn't kill him. He could have, but he didn't. That's kind of an interesting little detail there, which, first of all, I will say this is one of the first major characterizations you can interpret one way or the other. Is Eddie serious about murder? Does he believe what he is, everything else is cold towards him and perfect? Yes. Everything is pristine, everything around him is cold and pristine, and he's this rancid piece of meat on display. Everywhere. And I'm just running in circles, so we got a lot to talk about, but this is kind of one of the first bits of debate of, do you think Eddie's rock bottom opinion of himself? Honestly, killing a dog makes him far more deserving of suffering and sorrow. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. Killing a dog is bad, but it's hardly death penalty worthy. You know, like, it's not like killing 2 kids with an axe, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad. I can understand why Eddie's like, no one will ever forgive me. But at the end of the day, to me, that defines Eddie more than anything. It is that line, no one will ever forgive me. Eddie acted in a moment of complete lack of impulse control once, after letting shit simmer and stew for God knows how long. And he didn't finish the job because he couldn't. He realized, oh, I fucked up. It's actually very similar. If you've ever read, killing a dog and shooting a guy in the knee is likely not the case. I will say one thing. If you've ever read, it's kind of like what Mark David Chapman. He said he enjoyed it, though. He said he enjoyed it to James. To James. And here's the thing. He's saying that now after Eddie has gone through his own Silent Hill adventure. He's gone through his own mind-breaking adventure, like we've seen with James, like we presumably can assume with Angela. Why are we not giving Eddie the benefit of the doubt here? Is he telling the truth? Yeah, Eddie enjoyed having the power for once, but like I was saying, Mark David Chapman, the guy who shot John Lennon, he had a very interesting statement from prison where it's like, after all this delusion and fantasizing about shooting John Lennon for whatever fucking reason, when it actually happened, he just got this oh shit sinking feeling in his stomach because he realized it wasn't the fantasy. It actually was happening. And I think that's kind of what happened with Eddie. It's like when he shot the dog and then injured the guy, he kind of had that sinking feeling of, oh, this isn't an intrusive thought. This is not like just a daydream anymore. This is real. And he just froze and left. Because remember, keep in mind, when he's talking with Laura in a much more relaxed, casual environment, which, in my opinion, that is the closest we see to the true Eddie. Just this kind of, like, everyday schlubby dude. He clearly feels bad about it. It's like, no one will ever forgive me. I can't go back. I ran away because I was scared. To me, it's like, that's the true Eddie. And this is what we're seeing after he's been pushed to the brink by the town fucking with him specifically. So, I don't know how truthful you can take a lot of what Eddie's saying here is. And keep in mind, for someone who said he enjoyed killing others, he was really hesitant to truly pull the gun on James. He aims off course. He's like, He's like swinging his arm away from, like, he's very hesitant to do it. Interesting. Very interesting. Is there anything left? Yeah, I think the character more than anything is summed up in his own words. No one will ever forgive me. He is trapped in his own cycle of self-hatred and stress from the situation and projection of the situation. And it's this vicious loop. And this is where it led to him. Yeah, exactly. It's not that other people won't forgive him. It's that Eddie can't forgive himself. Yeah, he missed on purpose. I think he missed on purpose. Like, I don't think Eddie is a killer at all. And when he shot the monsters that look like people, I think that's exactly what they are. Yeah, it's like he just wants to scare James off. It really comes across like he just wants James gone. And when James fights back, Eddie's the one to run away. He doesn't want this. Unfortunately, there's no way out. It's time, lads. And
Eddie? Eddie? I killed a human being. A human being. Mary. Did you really die 3 years ago?
damn, Eddie takes several shotgun shells. Yeah, so if I was to design this for like a quote-unquote remake of Silent Hill 2, if I were in charge of it, like this is all pure speculation. For this scene specifically, what I would have done is if you shoot Eddie, like say you just scare him off the first one. And this one, if you shoot Eddie, one hit kill. He's dead. Just make it a non-boss fight. It takes a few hits if you use melee, but if you have a gun, instant kill. Just like, bam, one shot, he's dead. That's what I would have done, but I think it would have accentuated the moment a little more, and it made it, like, really sudden. Of like, oh, James just straight up fucking killed somebody. I think the math checks out. You fight Angela's monster, but you just fight Eddie, meaning he's his own worst fear. That's kind of what I'm getting at, so I think that's what they're going for. It could be wrong, who knows, but to me, that's kind of what it's going for. And here's the thing. I will say one thing. This kind of sets up the remaining character arcs for Eddie, James, and Angela. Essentially, the character arcs of the main cast, they begin running from or ignoring their past and their baggage. Throughout the game, they're forced to actually face their own delusions, their own coping mechanisms, their own lies to themselves in increasingly horrific ways. And at the very end of their arcs, they have to choose to either face the truth or continue to avoid it. And that's all three of them. Eddie here continued to avoid it, and the only way out was this. Once again, Eddie is framed as being beneath James. He's dead. He can't even examine the body. James really doesn't even look at it. It's a shame that James' sheer emotionless tone sort of sandbags a lot of scenes. I think IC is the weakest of the cast. I think Eddie's final scenes here, I think, are quite good. But I think I will say one thing in defense of it, is that emotionless tone where he's like, I killed a human being, and then he just deadpans a human being. It's like, it's just kind of setting in. And it was like, oh no. The Virgin Eddie versus the Chad James. Well, one thing that is interesting is he mentioned Mary. Did you really die 3 years ago? After all, she did say to meet in the special place, our special place, and she's here waiting for you, James. Wait. There is nothing written on the stationery. One last note. I find something interesting about Eddie is he gets Silent Hill. Something about no other character in the series in the moment is that he gets it. Eddie understands what's going on with Silent Hill. This town brought you here too, James. We're not like other people. He is the only character in the series to truly get it. Why? I don't know. I have no answer to that. I just think it's interesting. Eddie, of all people, is the only one to get it. Even Vincent in Silent Hill 3, the really famous line drop, they look like monsters to you. Even he, I don't think fully gets it. Eddie seems to. I don't know what that implies, but it's very interesting to me. Yeah. No! That's such a good mindfuck. It's such a good moment, dude. It's so good. Here's the thing. The letter's not done. There's more mindfuck moments for the letter. That's one of 4. I can't get the door open. Eddie's dead. He has been consumed by the town completely, leaving nothing left. Where are we? Where on earth are we? Warning. Keep out. Well, at least Eddie is lucid. Nah, Eddie's fucking dead. Self-loathing. Maybe he knows he deserves something bad. Maybe because Eddie accepted what he's done, he was released by James killing him. Honestly, maybe. Like, I always assumed, like, Eddie was consumed by it. Whereas, that's actually an interesting spin on it. Where he accepted it. Maybe he's in denial about being proud of it, but he understood what he did and what brought him there. He's not in denial. And that's why he gets it. That's why he's allowed to leave through death. Because that's, at the end of the day, what Eddie probably wanted. We went 50 feet for that entire sequence. We were in the parking lot, and now we're down at the boat launch that was just, like, a driveway away. This fucking game, man. This fucking game is so good. And this is where we're gonna call it today. After this is the end game. This is the end. We're done. It's just the hotel and the truth being revealed. The conclusion.